Hello guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer. My name is Daz, and this is the show where we talk about level design while playing cool maps. This is part 2 of Depot by LexxoR. In part 1 we'd just taken out the gunship and fallen off the lighthouse, because we're just pro like that. So I've skipped the walk back, so I didn't want to bore you guys too much. So we're basically at exactly the same spot as we left off in part 1. Stock up on some more supplies. So this next section we're about to see kind of suffers from the same issue as the rest of part 1 of this map, is that there's a critical path for the player to follow, but it's really not displayed well at all. Again, it just looks like another rock going around a corner. See it off in the distance there, but it's not particularly well laid out, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this part of the map as well shows that the antline AI really isn't up to par on this part of the level either. They get stuck just about everywhere. When you do need them to help you out in combat, they just kind of stand around doing nothing until all the enemies are dead, and then magically they spring to life. One of my main gripes with the level actually, and any level really which focuses on kind of AI partners for the player. Those AI partners don't work, it can really destroy the atmosphere of the level. This is the part I'm talking about, so you can jump down here and have a look around here. Unfortunately there's nothing to really find, and there's no actual way to get back up onto that ledge I dropped down from. So if you do come exploring down this way, you're actually completely stuck and you have to drop down and go all the way back again. It's a bit of a shame. A little ledge here, some steps or something to get back up would have been lovely. So I was thinking here that perhaps we had to get inside one of these pipes to get inside the actual prison part of the depot. Turns out that's not the case, and I just end up spending about 5 minutes running around completely lost, so we'll skip that. This is where you're actually meant to go. Kind of see what I mean, where it's very, very well hidden. The only really hint you really get is this kind of structure here, which you can see from the lighthouse area. There's nothing really pulling you over here otherwise. Again, like I mentioned in part 1, it's kind of a breadcrumb issue, and just the lack of really showing the player what areas are important in the map and what areas aren't. Just stop and admire the view for a moment, because again, even with all the issues in this map, it is one hell of a good looking level. It really is. So this is one area where the AI kind of stands out as being a bit bad. Kind of throw your bug bait at these combined soldiers, and the AI just kind of stands around and doesn't really do anything. Just kind of leave you to your own devices here. This feels like it should be kind of a big combat area where, you know, you've got antlines distracting all the combined soldiers while you take them out with your weapons. Or at least they can provide a distraction while you get around the back here. As it stands, I'm just doing everything by myself. In a moment here we'll get to the couple of sentry guns guarding the other way in, and when you take them out, the antlines seem to just magically suddenly know where to go and just jump all over this place, and just ended up thinking, why didn't you do that 5 minutes ago when I needed you? But whether that's just a kind of a fringe case with the AI kind of bugging out, or whether it's the antlines are kind of tied to the sentry guns being taken out to activate, I don't know, but it feels a bit wrong. I really like the visuals of this kind of as an area. Again, it reminds me a lot of you know, Nova Prospect and the antline assault into Nova Prospect with all the kind of old buildings and everything like that. As we get into the second map in a moment, the visuals just look fantastic. You should notice there, as soon as I took out the sentry gun, the antlines kind of all jumped in and went nuts. Bit of a shame. So one thing I really like about the visuals of this area is got excellent use of the high dynamic range for the sky. It really brings out the feeling that you're in this kind of cold, abandoned place. Everything's really dark down below and you've just got this overexposed white sky above you. It's a really nice effect, combined with the glare from the sun, which kind of bleeds into the edges of the buildings as you look up. It's a very nice effect. The design of this whole area is just great, really. Again, having a few issues with the AI. Sorry, buddy. The sentry guns are a bit confusing as well. They don't attack you, but if you place them down in the environment, they don't seem to attack enemies either. Not really sure what they're doing there. Maybe it's just for decoration, but when you use gameplay props for decoration like that, it just ends up being very confusing for players because, you know, they think they can use them or they think they're a threat when they turn out to be neither. It's just feels very weird. I'm checking down here to see if there's actually a way through there. There is actually a tiny gap in the very end of the chain link fence there, but I just didn't notice it from using the zoom to look through there. I didn't want to run down there just in case I got strafed with gunfire. I ended up spending 5 minutes looking around for another way, which there isn't. Skip that for you guys. Yeah, my fault really, I should have just come and checked. Oh well. So this area is kind of nice. You get this kind of non-linear combat zone here. You can go this way, or you can go around the other way, the other side of the ditch. You drop down from the area above. Again, this is very much a Nova Prospect inspired area because you've got the tunnels down below. You've got all the watchtowers up above, full of combine guards, and lines everywhere. It's very easy to tell where the inspiration came from this map. And for the most part, it's very, very well done too. There's actually no point to breaking those wooden beams. Just kind of break every wooden beam I see in Half-Life maps these days. Habit. So again, here it feels like when you take out the sentry guns, it kind of opens up part of the map for the antlines to come in. I'm not sure how much I really like this. I'd rather prefer that the antlines could come in anyway, and there'd just be like more combined soldiers or something. The antlines are kind of relegated to a kind of almost like a background role, I suppose you could say, where they're not really important to completing the map. They're just kind of there if you want to use them. I think it would have felt much better to actually have them as the primary focus of the map. Have more kind of antline puzzles where you have to, you know, send them up on top of buildings and things like that to perhaps knock things down and, you know, stuff like that. as it is, there's just kind of nothing like that at the moment. They're just kind of a nice background thing that goes on. This is the only other part of the map I don't like, is walking across this fence to get to the second area. It just feels, I don't know, it feels like you've kind of broken the map and come the wrong way by doing that. It never feels quite right when you do it. These fences are always used to kind of keep the players in an area. It always feels kind of wrong when you're kind of walking on top of them. That's a nice little event there, I like that. But yeah, I'm never really a fan of using fences like that. It just feels like the player's gone out of bounds. I wasn't quite sure if this was the right way until I started seeing all the scripting happen again. That was a cool scene there. Just kill half my own landmines with my grenade. So this area feels a lot better. You've got the antlines actually getting into the combat, helping you out. The AI works for the most part here as well, so I just wish the entire part of this map had been more like this. Another little niggle I have is using this ladder on the side of these dustbins as a critical progression. I mean, I'm sure it might have been used once or twice in Half-Life 2, the ladders on the side of those things, but for the most part, when I see a dustbin like that, I don't think ladder. Even though it does have the ladder as part of the model, it doesn't stand out to me as a ladder. I wonder how many people kind of got stuck there for a little while trying to find a way across. Yeah, that was Depot by LexxoR. I wonder if he's going to make a follow-up, perhaps a part 2 or something like that, because it's called Depot, but we never actually get to the depot. It's a bit of a shame. I was really looking forward to finding out what he thought might be in there, but I didn't quite get to find out, unfortunately. So maybe he will come back and do a part 2, I'm not sure. Yeah, from a visual standpoint, it's excellently constructed, really nice visuals all the way through. Unfortunately the gameplay did fall down in a lot of areas, mainly due to technical things like the AI, things like that. And in the first map there was just a lack of really showing the player, giving breadcrumbs to the player on where to go. And just a lack of reward for exploring, really. Shame. Aside from that, I enjoyed it. I really hope he decides to make a part 2. Perhaps update part 1 at the same time to fix the AI bugs, that'd be great. Alright guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.